Good morning, YouTube. Beautiful day in Rochester, New York. Sun's peeking through the sun's starting to peek through. Little cloudy. Little rain last night. Give y'all a little scenery here in a second. Part of having a YouTube channel, and I've said this in the past, when I've spoken about having different content on here, and all of it not being, police related, police accountability, which, things that I'm passionate about, like the First Amendment right to record. Some of it, some of the content is going to be varied. Some of it is going to be me speaking on issues that I'm very passionate about, much like the First Amendment, right, the right to record. Some of it is going to be issues such as things that I don't see a lot of YouTubers about. I mean, I'm sure the videos are out there, but let's be honest. Not to go in a huge circle here, but even when you take, for example, hip hop, and the hip hop that seems to be dominating the market nowadays, right? The hip hop, or so-called hip hop, because in my opinion, it's not real hip hop. That's being dominated. That's being consumed, right? Because that's what it is. Much like I criticize a lot of folks for just sitting there and letting mainstream news media basically dictate to them what they should believe, right? Instead of having their own opinion, instead of forming their own, opinions on matters. Many folks just wait, for that 11 o'clock news or 5 o'clock news here in Rochester and sit there and just let, tell me what I need, tell me your story is what people basically say to the media, right? They allow, literally, they get brainwashed. Much like that, what's going on social media today? Well, on YouTube, for example, when it comes to entertainment, the videos that seem to be dominating in popularity are this washed up, new age, I want to call it, hip hop, spreading the same old messages, the same misogynist messages, the violence. We had a rapper in Florida that was killed, and I'm not knocking him, XXX very talented young man, very sad. But part of that, negative energy that individuals are putting out there, and that's what's fueling the popular videos. If you think about it, it's like people go on there, this rapper in New York supposedly got kidnapped and beat up and pistol whipped, and people are saying that it was a publicity stunt. Same individual, Tekashi 6ix9ine, who has been trolling and starting beefs with other rappers. And I don't know if it's the new generation, but people forget that 25 years ago, within the past 25 years, we lost two great artists, Tupac and Biggie. So my point where I'm going with this is that there's so much that is fluff, that is bullshit on the internet. And yet I see very few videos. I'm sorry, I'm trying to concentrate here. Very few videos talking on real subjects, right? On real topics, right? So check this out. Like I said, part of this channel, and no disrespect to anyone, if this is kind of too deep for some of y'all and you guys rather watch some of that fluff that I described, YouTube is full of them. YouTube is full of the, that garbage, right? People that are famous for being famous, right? Think about it. No substance, like I don't want to offend anyone, and I may lose some viewers or some subscribers, and that's fine. I'm not here for the likes. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. That's just not why I do this channel. I do this channel to express certain things I'm passionate about. And if some of y'all, all of you, one of you, two of you, whoever wants to be along for the ride and can take something from the things I talk about, then it's a wonderful thing. And if not, like I said, this channel is full of this, not the channel, sorry, this platform, YouTube, just like Instagram and all these other platforms, it's full of nonsense, full of bullshit. When the top news this past week on many trending, right, social media platforms was the fact that Kim Kardashian raked in, and this is what they referred it to because she did, raked in $5 million in 5 minutes. When that's the top headline, including here in Rochester, New York, mainstream news media, when that is the top headline, when that is the trending news story that you see on the internet, you have to really ask yourself, what the fuck is going on? When the top trending news story is that a woman who has made her name and is only known for being famous, meaning, I don't mean famous like she won an Academy Award. I don't mean famous like she, has made any, Nobel Peace Prize winner. She didn't, not somebody who has really made any positive impact to change, to make a change in the system. I mean, what is she known for? It's a joke. But these are the things that Americans, especially Americans, consume. These are the things that these media giants, right, and these companies behind these individuals who are just fluff, who are empty, because that's what it is. Well, these media giants have capitalized on a niche that they know exists, in which people, and I'm talking here in this country, Americans, let's call it what it is, will consume just about anything. My dad said something one day which may kind of be weird, may sound a little crazy, but it's so true. My dad said, in America, if people came up with a creative way to can shit, to package and can, right, shit, it would sell. He said it in Spanish, so in Spanish, a lot of people know the saying, come mierda, for all my Latino listeners. Some of these things, they lose kind of their meaning or their jingle when you translate them in English. But my point is, overall, Americans will consume just about anything you throw at them. We see it in the retail business. We see it, in the film industry, you know. We see it in entertainment with music, and we see it where people rush to the stores to buy out, because it's sold out, $5 million worth of Kim Kardashian's latest perfume in 5 minutes. And the craziest part is that becomes the top trending news story. One of the top trending news stories on Twitter, on Facebook, on the internet, period. When we have veterans, that is why I'm constantly calling out Americans' fake patriotism, like I call it. Why do I say that? Well, on one hand, Americans are quick to fly their 50-foot American flags from the back of their Ford F-250, 150, whatever the fuck, pickup trucks, right? I'm American, I'm proud. Look at my flag. Look at my 50-foot flag flying out the back of my fucking truck. Fake patriotism. You don't have to flaunt a 50-foot flag from the back of your F-150 to show your patriotism. You don't have to scream, America, as loud as you can to show your patriotism. The crazy thing is this. The very same individuals who scream the loudest just how American they are, the very same individuals who fly the 50-foot flags from the back of their F-150s, are oftentimes the same individuals who would stomp on my or your right to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Taking advantage of my right to free speech, expressing myself. And we all know that the right to record is an extension of the First Amendment. It's amazing how some people still don't know that. It's been upheld by the highest courts in the land. That in essence, the right to record in public is an extension of the First Amendment, an extension of freedom of speech. So I always get a kick out of that. And I know I'm rambling on a little bit here. But these are the kind of things I'm going to be talking about on my channel. Observations and things that I don't see. Maybe I'm missing and it's on there and I don't see it. But for the most part, I see social media as a great tool, a powerful tool. Look, I'm old school. In the 90s, I produced a cable access television show called Keep It on the Real. You guys and girls could see some of the shows on here. We had guests like Naughty by Nature, Method Man. And there was none of this. There was not a platform where I can get on and press a couple, tick, and I'm on here live talking to y'all. There wasn't something where Jeff, shout out to Jeff in the UK, could just tune in. Log on, and I'm talking to Jeff. I'm talking to somebody literally across the pond. There wasn't that. It would take me in the 1990s, and I'm talking about 1995, specifically 1995. It would take me approximately 8 hours. 8 hours to edit a 27, 28, 29-minute show. for my TV show, Keep It on the Real. 8 hours. As long as most students are in school, as long as most work shifts last, 8 hours on the average to edit a less than half-hour show. And yet we have this powerful tool at our disposal, right? Where with the turning on of a phone, pointing, shooting, upload, within a few seconds from shooting to uploading, we have the power to reach people all across the world. And I'm not knocking any other channels, you know what I mean? Everybody has their different take. That's the beautiful thing about this country, right? We still, I don't know how long that'll last, have the freedom where everybody can do their thing. So I'm not trying to hate or knock on any other channels, but I'm telling you what this channel's about. The live thing I do because it's easy. It's easier than just, shooting a video and then having to kind of, edit it, fade it, add the titles, and that's all good, you know what I mean? But sometimes I just want to be able to, boom, press, boom, live. What I'm trying to say is that I'm the type of person that observes a lot and looks a lot at things. And that could be good, that could be bad. It could be good because it's always good to be observant in life, right? But it can be bad because you get caught up in the shit where you start realizing and noticing that for the most part, and again, I'm saying for the most part, before anyone gets their panties in a bunch, for the most part, Americans are satisfied, they're happy being fed bullshit. So-called reality TV. Some woman who has made no significant contribution, who is known for no other fact than just being famous. Used to be people had to pay their dues and work for it, and actresses or even models, you know what I mean? More than just a pretty face, you know what I mean? A lot of these women, especially, they work hard. They face discrimination. They face sexism. But nowadays, there is no struggle. It's handed to a lot of these so-called reality stars because they're vehicles being used by corporate America to bait many clueless, that's what they are, sorry, Americans, into purchasing products. Who do you think went out and bought $5 million worth of Kim Kardashian's perfume in 5 minutes? Was it you? Were you in line for that? This country, especially now, is being distracted in an extremely disturbing way. Being distracted. And social media plays a huge part of that. I'm not criticizing it. Again, it's a powerful tool, but it's being misused in many ways. Instead of being used more and more to create awareness, which in many ways is what I try, and the key word is try because nobody is perfect. We don't always get it right. But instead of social media being used as a powerful platform, which it is, to educate, to inform, right? People. In many ways, it's being misused, and it's been misused. And maybe it's been misused basically to distract people. That's what I really think sometimes. A lot of the stuff that's being fed to Americans and a lot of the stuff going on right in front of your eyes, excuse me, is meant to distract. It's a smoke and mirror show. happening right there. And I see the comments. I'm not ignoring comments. I'm just in the zone. Going forward, live is going to be a little different. Live is going to be, I'm not going to ignore comments, but I'm going to get to them. You know what I mean? When I can. I'm just kind of in the zone and talking. And again, please don't take it the wrong way. Look, one thing I'll never lie to y'all. I'll always be real with y'all. Last night I made time, 8 o'clock, punctual. I was on here, and I'm not mad at y'all, but you guys weren't on here. So again, it goes back to that. Sometimes I wonder, and I got to ask myself, is it because I'm old school? Is it because literally I come from a different generation? And I'm talking specifically when it comes to the activism, the being involved in community issues, right? Talking specifically to that niche. I don't see, here's what I see. I see a powerful tool that was not around when my dad, Mario Vara, hit the streets in Rochester. Pioneer when it came to cop watching, a pioneer when it came to police accountability, long before the cop blocks and long before the photography are not a crime sites and long before all this in the 1980s, 30 plus years ago. Me as a teenager, look it up. Look up Cop Watchers Fader, Fader magazine. And my dad is mentioned in there as one of the first, a pioneer in cop watching. So I see a powerful tool, a powerful platform that is social media, right here. Something that was these platforms. If you want to make an argument for how long the internet has existed, we can go back to the 60s. I believe that was the first, time. But ability community, there was more oomph, there was more when social media wasn't around. Sorry. History will show, not sure how good the connection is, so I apologize. History will show that Black Lives Matter was one of the most hypocritical movements, a racist movement, and one of the most hypocritical movements there are. A movement which refused to stand up against black on black violence, like the senseless murder in Chicago, where another little girl died the other day, an innocent victim of some drive-by. There have been so many of those, I've lost count. And history will show what a hypocritical movement BLM is. I'll wrap up my ranting for today or for this morning. Look, in the end of the day, variety and selection is a beautiful thing. You guys and girls have is fluff